Take one. Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to the first week of General Psychology, Psych 2012. I'm your instructor, Amira Sims, and I'll be guiding you through the next 15 weeks where we'll explore the science of human behavior and mental processes. So, a couple of things I'm going to go over. First thing is, if you need to get in touch with me, the best way to get in touch with me is via the mail feature in Canvas. So when I log into Canvas, I will see the message. There's a little mail icon, and you can send me messages right there in Canvas. You can also email me at simsa@cf.edu. I respond to emails in 24 to 48 hours, Monday through Thursday. If you're asking a question that you think other people in the class would benefit from the answer, you can post to the questions thread. So in Canvas, I've included a discussion that is anchored, and it says, are you confused? Do you need help? Do you have a question? And so if you post a question to the questions thread, it's like raising your hand in class, and anybody in the class can respond to those questions in the questions thread. I check the questions thread once a day, Monday through Thursday. Okay, so that's who I am. You know you're in Psych 2012. You get 3 credit hours for completing this course with an A, B, or C. And what can you expect to learn? Well, as I said, psychology is a science. So we're going to talk a little bit about what makes psychology a science, how psychologists ask and answer questions. We'll talk a little bit about the history of psychology, as well as several topics. Those topics include human growth and development, social psychology, personality. We'll talk about learning theory, memory. We talk a little bit about psych disorders and therapy. A lot of people assume that psychology is all about mental illness, but in fact, that's not the whole case. That's not the whole story. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. And I really believe it's the it profession. Psych pairs nicely with so many other disciplines, such as law or nursing or even, advertising, because it's the study of people. So any field that requires people, you can find a psychologist. Okay. So we have lots of topics to talk about, and because this is an intro class, you just get a snippet, you just get a little taste, a little tease, a little appetizer of all these various topics. And I would say if you're interested in any one of these topics, you could take an entire course on that topic. So while I am talking about entire courses on topics that are presented in general psych, I'm going to go ahead and plug my other classes. Social psychology, SOP 2001, I teach that class. The online version is filled up, but there's space available in the face-to-face. And I teach that, every semester, well, fall and spring. I also have a human growth and development. My classes are filled up, but there may be some space available in other instructors' classes. That's DEP 2004. But in this class, you'll get a snippet, an introduction to those topics. And those other classes I mentioned, you go into more depth. All right, so this week you really want to read the course syllabus and you want to introduce yourself to the class. And you'll see links in Canvas that will help you to do those things. I'm going to be posting weekly videos because I did this in the summer and it seemed to help a lot of people out. If you like the video, if you found any value in the video, give it a thumbs up, like it, okay? The more I see people liking videos, the more I feel inspired to create the videos and to get on a consistent schedule creating the videos. But I have pretty much committed to making these videos because I know that some students said it helped them get through the class. Now, because our class is online and asynchronous, that means we do not meet face-to-face. Everything we do is online. And the fact that it's asynchronous, that means that there's no specific set time that we have to meet. We're not synchronized. You can start working on week one's reading at 10 a.m. Others might wait to 11 p.m. Somebody else might get the urge at 2 a.m. It doesn't matter. Now, there is a caveat. We have weekly assignments, and so you have a due date, and you pretty much need to spend at least 3 hours, minimum 3 hours per week on this course because it's a 3 credit hour class. Really, you need more than that for, homework and stuff, but at least 3 hours, and you are going to be replying and staying on course on a weekly basis. Once the discussion closes, I don't reopen it. So if you miss a deadline, just too bad. Now, the good thing is I have points spread out and lots of points. So missing one little assignment won't hurt you because I got you. All right. So make sure you read the syllabus. I usually, if something's going on, I will post an announcement so you can check the announcements on a weekly basis. Also, that could help you. The class is set up with modules. If you browse through Canvas, you'll see there's a module for basically everything. Each topic in the course, there's an entire module dedicated to that topic. And within the module, you'll see videos such as TED Talks and YouTube videos that I've linked. You'll also see a link to the PowerPoint that is generated by the textbook author. And I also included PowerPoints that I created for many of the talks. I'll probably also add some additional information in these modules. But for now, everything you could possibly need to get the content of the course is already published right here today on the first day. So use the modules. There's also other modules there that has additional information to help you, such as the Start Here, Essentials, and Extra module. So you start with that module because that's where you're going to find the syllabus. That's where you're going to find information about study tips and anything essential to pass in the class, as well as the extras. There's a module specifically dedicated to the group project. There's a module, Meet the Instructor, if you're curious about my background. I'll tell you, I have a master's in psychology. I graduated back in 2003. I've been teaching ever since then. I actually taught when I was a graduate student. I guest lectured, and I've always wanted to be a teacher. So that's my experience. I didn't just start doing this. I've done 2 TED Talks via TEDx Ocala. You can watch those talks. I have done a lot of other speaking and traveling. And I just got back from APA, American Psychological Association, which was hosted in DC this year. Working on making a series that highlights some of the things I learned and just my experience on the APA conference. But the summer semester ended and the fall semester started so quickly that I haven't had a chance to process the footage I took while I was there in DC. But anyway, I told you who I am. I told you the basics about what you can expect to learn. Reminded you to read the syllabus, to use the modules because that's how the course is set up. Check the announcements. The only other things I want to point out is the schedule and the grading. So if you're reading 1 chapter a week, you're probably going to be on task. If you're reading 2 chapters a week, you're probably going to be ahead. So you're trying to read 1 to 2 chapters each week to stay on pace, on course in this class. Now, some people may not get through an entire chapter in a week. That's okay. Just know that the expectation is that you're reading about a chapter a week. All right, now how will you earn points to get your A, B, or C in this class? Hopefully we don't have any D's or F's. But if you don't earn enough points, guess what? You'll get an F or a D. And if you get an F or a D, it's not a big deal because F is for feedback. It just means that you didn't understand the material or you didn't meet the standard for getting an A, B, or C in the class. But how are you going to get that A, B, or C? Okay, the first way you can earn points is by participating in our discussions. The discussions are an opportunity for you to connect with other students in the class, show me what you know, to expand your mind. Now, the discussions are, in order to get the full credit, you're going to have to make sure your posts are complete, correct, clear, concise, and creative. Okay? And you're going to have to do both an initial post and reply to 2 or more classmates. So what do we mean by complete, correct, clear, concise, and creative? Complete, you thoroughly answer all parts of the question. Okay? You give a thorough answer. Don't leave any stone uncovered. Is that the... Anyway, next is correct. You're going to provide accurate information. You know, don't just get on here and just say whatever you want to say. Make sure you're citing your sources. Reference the course textbook or reference a video that you watched. Talk about something you learned in another class, but make sure you're providing accurate information. So complete, correct, clear. You have proofread. You've eliminated any mechanical or grammatical errors. You've used spacing. You've thought about the person on the other side of the computer who's looking at your, you're rambling, right? You're not rambling. You're coherent, right? So complete, correct, clear, concise. We're not rambling. We're not repetitive. We're not redundant. Yes, we're using spacing and heading. We're thoroughly answering the question. We're giving accurate information. We're not typing like we're texting. We're proofreading. And we're going to give, as much information as we can within the allotted space or time. We're not going to go overboard, but you need to be thorough. So sometimes you may have a rather lengthy post. Other times it might be medium, but you want to make sure you're not just filling it with fluff. Okay, every word counts, but you don't want it to be unnecessary words. All right, and then creative. Let your personality shine through. Include a picture, include a joke, include a quote. Show, put a comic strip. I don't know. Just let us see who you are. Don't make it so dry and boring. Don't cut and paste. Just, be real. All right. Now, discussions are worth 200 points for the whole semester. So you have lots of opportunities to connect with others. The initial post is usually going to be due on Wednesday. And then, by Sunday, you're going to reply to 2 or more classmates. And the replies to peers need to be substantive also. So when you reply to a classmate, you're trying to further the conversation. This is a learning environment. We're a learning community, and you're adding to the learning environment. You're not just saying, good job, I like what you said. Nobody cares that you like what they said. Tell us why you like what they said. What did they say that helped you to learn something different? And then you add on to that. Okay? It's almost like you're remixing what they said, and then you add your own little touch. Okay? Or sometimes you might ask a poignant question or several poignant questions, but you're doing something more than just regurgitating what they said or saying, good job, I like what you said. I can tell you right now, one of the most common ways people lose points on the discussion is by only posting the initial post and not replying to 2 or more class members, or replying to 2 or more class members, but doing so in such a minimum way that they just can't get many points for that effort because it's not much effort. So discussions. The next way to earn points is via the test. We have a midterm and a final. Each test has 50 questions. The midterm is cumulative from day 1 to the midpoint. The final is cumulative from the midpoint to the end. There are multiple choice, so there's no essay. And the tests are proctored via Honor Lock, so you will need to add the Google Chrome extension Honor Lock so that you'll be able to take the test. If you're not a fan of Honor Lock, you're going to need to make an appointment with the testing center so that you can get the testing center to proctor your test for you. I also have face-to-face classes, and if you want to take the test at a time that I'm giving a face-to-face class and they're having a test, that's an option too. But other than that, the test will be proctored via Honor Lock. Honor Lock, like I said, is a Google Chrome extension. It's $10 for unlimited tests and quizzes for a semester, or you can pay $5 per quiz or test. But this is not optional, it's required. And that was noted when you signed up for the class. All right. So that's 400 points. And there's only 600 points in the class. So already just by writing, i.e. the discussions and taking the multiple choice test, you've already shown what you know about psychology. The other way to earn points, you'll have some reflections. And the reflections are a chance for you to think about what you learned, kind of integrate or tell me how you could use this information in your personal life or your professional life, or think about why the information is worthwhile. You can think about, you have guided questions, but you'll be given a prompt at the midpoint and again at the end, and this will be a chance for you to reflect and to kind of consolidate the learning, solidify the learning. All right, the other ways you'll earn points, we'll have a personality inventory coming up, which will just kind of see what school of thought you align with, and you'll have some questions to answer. And then you'll also have a syllabus quiz that you'll have to complete. Those are some ways to earn points. Not now, Zuri. I'm almost done with the video, so just wait. I'm almost done with the video. Okay. And then the last way to earn points is the group project. This group project is not optional. It is required. I know some of you are like, I don't want to work with others. Oh my God, why? Guess what? You got to eat your vegetables, okay? You're going to work with others. Now, the good thing is with this group project, you're assigned members and you're assigned topic, but you have a lot of leeway. You and your members can modify the topic to something that's interesting and relevant for you all. But you will have to take the base topic, and that's your starting point. In terms of the members in the group, if you let me know early enough, I can even make arrangement. I can switch around members, but I'll be putting you into groups this week. The project is not that bad because we're an online class. You pretty much communicate virtually. Some groups actually get together or talk on the phone or text. Last semester in the summer, I had a group that did a fabulous job and made a YouTube video. And if they had given me permission, I think I have permission. If I can, I'll share that video with you all. But anyway, yeah, the project is worth 100 points. There's some auxiliary assignments to kind of get you primed and ready, and those kind of add up to 50 points. So altogether, you have a total of 600 points in this class. And if you earn at least 540 out of those 600 points, you'll be assigned the letter grade of an A. Between 480 and 539 is a B. Between 479 and 420 is a C. 419 to 360 is a D, and 359 and below is needs improvement, failing, basically. So that's the grading in the class. If you have questions, comments, compliments, or concerns, drop it in the comment section, okay? Give me a like, a thumbs up. Let me know you watched the video. Or you can post in Canvas in the questions thread. Like I said, I'm available Monday through Thursday. Yeah, that's all I got for now, folks.